Right now, multiple fires tearing across Los Angeles area with devastating force as residents make a desperate escape from burning homes through the flames.
Now, there have been some shocking images of homes and structures completely gutted, going up in flames. So far, more than 1,000 structures have been destroyed, and we've just learned that there are now at least 5 people who have died as a result of these fires. Let's take a live picture right now. All 4 major fires burning in LA County: the Palisades Fire, the Eaton Fire, the Hearst Fire, and the Woodley Fire, although the Woodley Fire is pretty much in good shape at this hour. The relentless Santa Ana winds fueling all of this.
Here's the latest. This is what we know. Right now, more than 15,000 acres are burning in the 4 main areas. More than those fires that we just talked about. More than 30,000 people have had to evacuate their homes. 10,000 structures lost. We don't know how many of those homes, and so far, no containment, as you can imagine. We know that 5 people have died, and we're hearing several firefighters have also been hurt.
Let's take a look now at a time lapse of the Palisades Fire. That was a sweeping fire that started this all. And you can see how just over a few hours, the flames and heavy smoke spread so quickly. It looked like a war zone. On the ground, Fox's William Lajeunesse in Malibu with the latest.
Well, the fires in Southern California continue to grow, and that's after 1,000 structures already destroyed, and that's a preliminary assessment. Now, we are getting a better look at the damage here along Pacific Coast Highway. Now, normally this area is lined with homes, right? You can see the water right off there to the left. When we arrived here this morning, some were still standing. Now, more than a dozen have been destroyed. Now, we get a lot of wildfires in Southern California, but in many ways, the fire that tore through the Palisades was an urban fire, right? 30,000 evacuated, some very dense neighborhoods, $10 million homes mixed in with apartments, condos, and businesses. Again, many of those now destroyed. They had to ground some helicopters last night around 8 p.m. because of the high winds. In fact, they had actually had a difficult time putting down retardant because the wind simply dissipated the water in the faucet check. Also, they lost water pressure. DWP has 3 large tanks of 1 million gallons each. Those ran dry. Firefighters had no water after 11 p.m. last night. Now, no fatalities in the Pali fire. Some injuries, however, from those who chose not to evacuate.
The congestion point, which looked like a war zone, there must have been at least 50, 75 cars pushed to the side, which we've seen images of. There's burning debris on the ground and, fire hoses and blockages everywhere. And
there are 3 large fires still burning in Los Angeles. You have the Hearst Fire. That is north of Los Angeles, the Pali Fire, and of course the Eaton Fire, that's near Pasadena. That one having 100-mile-an-hour winds, burning about 2,000 acres and 100 structures destroyed, including a nursing home that had to be evacuated. Now, this is far from over. Southern California Gas cutting off gas to many customers. Also, Edison cutting off power to 140,000, including 400,000 who've been warned they may lose power as well. Then there's the question of rebuilding. Many have lost their insurance, been canceled for their policies. They picked it up through the state, and many are working without insurance at all. That's going to be difficult when you're looking at houses here that cost $10 million or more, and the same is true in the Palisades. Reporting from Malibu, William Lajeunesse, Fox News.
Those images are truly shocking, and we caught up with some travelers at Sky Harbor who came here from Los Angeles. They tell us the heavy smoke caused extreme turbulence on their flights. They also described how shocking and unsettling it is to see that thick cloud of black smoke surrounding LAX.
Just a lot of smoke, and it's pretty terrifying. It's just so thick, and it's all around the Los Angeles airport. It's just thick smoke.
One person we spoke with says they decided to make the drive to LA after their flight got canceled. Phoenix firefighters are deploying over the next few days to battle the fires in LA.
Mayor Kate Gallegos says the Phoenix Fire has been called in to try to help fight the flames. They're going to send crews out there. In a post on X today, she adds that they are still learning details on exactly what is needed in the LA area and that crews should be on the ground within the next few days. She also writes, quote, "I'm grateful our community can send help during this terrible tragedy." Meantime, heavy winds here are causing problems for our own fire burning near Payson.
Yeah, this has been going on for several weeks as well. Now we have these winds. The Horton fire has grown to more than 8,000 acres, and several areas are on pre-evacuation notice. The fire started December 14th. Over the past 3 days, fire crews have conducted burnout operations between Tonto Creek and Christopher Creek on State Route 260 to get the fire down to the control lines. And today, the operations section's chief says that today is the crux for operations. The wind could prove to be trying, along with other obstacles.
And it's not very far from the Dude fire. So the terrain is tricky, the heavy fuels is tricky, the potential for the fire to roll, for burning material to roll a long distance and move beyond where we expect it to be is tricky. Fighting fire on the rim is always tricky. Fighting it in January is a whole different animal.
Now, coming up tonight at 5 o'clock, we'll have a live report from Fox 10's Lauren Clark on this fire and hear from those living nearby.
Now, firefighters are also battling a pair of wildfires burning 11 miles northeast of Yuma. This is a cattle fire which broke out last night, roughly 48 acres, but about an hour after the fire started. Then the ranch fire was touched off, burning roughly 65 acres. Both fires burning near RV and mobile home parks. 35 people evacuated from their homes there, but more resources are coming to fight both fires. Let's head out now to Erica to talk about the winds, and we've gotten a bunch of that here. They certainly have it in L.A. Not the same system, though, right?
Same system.
It is.
Yes. So those Santa Ana winds, they are acting because of the low that's to our south and the high pressure to the west. So here's a look at that system right now. If you want to pull those graphics up full, you'll see that the low to our south is situated right around the southern state line, the border, and that high out over the Pacific is what's leading to those gusty winds that are going between the two systems. And earlier on today, and over the past 24 hours, you could see that red right there. Well, that is centered right over where those fires are taking place in Los Angeles County. Those are those strong upper level winds that then whip down the mountain and out to the ocean. That's the Santa Ana wind that's led to those high gusts. So check this out. Some of the maximum wind gusts in that area today were up to 90 miles per hour in the San Gabriel Mountains, up to 74 miles per hour out toward Malibu, just to the west of the Palisade fire. There are plenty of those high gusts over 70 miles per hour. Even look out toward the town of Santa Ana, where there was a wind gust up to 94 miles per hour. So those extreme winds are what have been fueling those fires as we've gone through the past 24 hours. Maximum wind gusts here haven't been as strong, but they are definitely more than what we typically see. We ended up seeing 40-mile-per-hour gusts in Phoenix, 44 in Sedona, and 41 down in Safford, 47 in Nogales. So southeastern Arizona really kicking up that wind speed as well. Across the metro area, we actually saw the highest of those winds at Sky Harbor compared to, say, Scottsdale, just a mile per hour less. 39-mile-per-hour wind gusts in Scottsdale, 40 in Chandler, a little bit later in Goodyear and in Glendale. And those winds have been gradually lightening up since earlier this morning. Currently, we're seeing maximum gusts of around 25 to around 30 miles per hour. The outlier are going to be Lake Havasu with 37-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And in the metro area, we're currently seeing those highest gusts out toward our eastern communities like Chandler, where we're seeing 33-mile-per-hour wind gusts.